And we're back with Breck Live. This is Simon Drain and Caden Coombs coming to you for some Fighting Tiger football. In tonight's matchup, we have the Breckenridge County Fighting Tigers against the Graves County Eagles. Breckenridge County is coming in with a record of 0-5 on the season. Graves County coming in with a record of 2-3. Caden, can we get some stats on the Graves County team tonight?
Graves County has, as a team, scored 99 points this season and has allowed 127.
Yep, Graves County is a pretty good squad. They do have a losing record, but we know that Graves County is always going to be a pretty solid team. Breckenridge County is going to come in with White Burnett starting at quarterback. Burnett has 5 interceptions and 2 touchdown passes on the season. They have their leading rusher as well, Michael Johnson, with 318 rushing yards on the season with 2 touchdowns scored. And leading receiver is Parker Davis, who started off at quarterback of the season. Can we get some stats on Graves County, Caden?
The quarterback for Graves County seems to be Caden Gregory, number 9. On the season, he has 61 pass completions out of 104 pass attempts. And I believe the national anthem is beginning.
And we'll take a quick break, and we will be back soon. And we are back as Caden was giving us some stats on Graves County. Caden, continue with those stats.
Like I said, Caden Gregory is their quarterback with 61 pass completions out of 104 pass attempts. And on the year, he only has 2 interceptions. Their lead rusher is Dennis Mars with 59 rush attempts, scoring 3 touchdowns and averaging around 80 yards per game. Right now, their leading receiver seems to be Cade Goatley with 22 pass receptions on gaining 247 yards with 3 touchdowns.
Defensively for the Fighting Tigers, we're led in tackles by our starting quarterback, White Burnett, followed by Zach Davis. Actually, they're both tied with 24 tackles. Parker Davis, Liam Clark both have 22. LaDarian Parker with 21, Bryce Goatley with 14, Quentin Reinhardt with 9, Matthew Montgomery with 8, Ethan Newton with 7, Stephon Brown with 6, Brian Hayes with 5, 4 for Trey Hoffman, and 4 for Jacob Henning.
For Graves County, Jack Cope is leading the team with 16 solo tackles and 19 assisted tackles. And then it goes down to Case Tubbs with 6 solo tackles and 19 assisted tackles.
This is looking like it will be a very interesting matchup tonight at Fighting Tigers Stadium. Caden, what do you think will be the keys to the game for the Fighting Tigers tonight?
From the looks of it, looks like they need to stop the run game first and make them pass, because we do pretty well when we stop the run game.
I agree, and I also think that we definitely got to have Michael Johnson starting off with a good game. Michael has played very well in the first few games of the season. I think it'd be good for him to keep that up. And that'll allow Wyatt to throw the ball some more after the run game starts opening up for Michael, and we can maybe get some passing touchdowns with Wyatt after the run game opens up.
The weakest point for Breckinridge County offense seems to be our O-line. And if our O-line can hold up this game, Wyatt might be able to get a couple more throws in there. And right now, our leading receiver is probably Ladarian or Jacob. And Jacob hasn't had much production this season. So if he can get going, I feel like it'd be a good game for us.
Yeah, definitely. And with that O-line as well, with the O-line going well, it's going to open up more opportunities for Michael. So Michael's not getting tackled in the backfield every play, able to use his legs and show what he can really do out there. As well as Wyatt. You know, Wyatt can also make stuff happen with his legs as well. As long as the O-line can give him time, if there's nobody open downfield, they can do that as well.
Parker Davis is actually our leading receiver this year with 8 pass receptions and a total yardage gained of 137. Michael Johnson also up there with 8 pass receptions and 87 yards gained.
Yeah, definitely a dual threat is what Michael is for sure, with the ability to catch and run the ball very efficiently. We got 2 minutes until the opening kickoff. Looking up to be a very, very good game. And like I said, Graves County does come in with a 2-3 record, but that doesn't really indicate how good they really are. Graves County is always going to be a very, very good football team. This may be a down year for them even, but I mean, this is still a great football team, and I think they also play some very good talent as well. They play a very tough schedule, so it'll definitely be a very tough game for the Fighting Tigers. It'll be interesting to see where they fare, because the next couple of games after this will be relatively easy compared to what they face between the Owensboro teams. It's like Owensboro, Hancock first game of the season, Graves here. You're going to play teams like Grayson County, who are solid football teams, of course, but nowhere near the caliber of a team like Graves, a team like Owensboro, Hancock.
I think that's the first time we've ever seen an away team do kind of a sort of introduction.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Brought the flag out, their flag and the American flag, kind of marking their territory.
As you saw, our Tigers came out through the float, I guess you could say, ran through a Tucker Tough sign. Tucker Dawson is, I believe, a 9-year-old boy who was diagnosed with leukemia. And I don't know if it's for the second time, but I know for a fact it's the second time having cancer. So a lot of prayers going out for Tucker Dawson and his family.
Definitely all of us at Breck Live and Breckinridge County High School are with the Dawson family, and prayers go out to them through this tough time.
If you see the crowd tonight, everyone's wearing orange for Tucker. I believe that is his favorite color. So a lot of orange in the crowd tonight.
And also the cheerleaders with the blue and orange, those are like custom-made cheerleader attire as well. So definitely showing out for Tucker tonight, and we are all with him.
Breck County here to receive. I believe that's Ladarian and Michael Johnson in the back.
It's going to be
good kick from Graves County.
Michael Johnson going to make something happen, and he is down at about maybe the 22, maybe.
Simon, what do you think the first play for Breck County is going to be?
Follow the betting man. I'd bet on probably a run for Michael Johnson. Maybe try to bust something outside or go up the middle. It'll be interesting to see how Breck County starts out this opening drive. It's very interesting to see how football team's going to play a game based on just the opening drive. They're going to play this game aggressive, try to run the ball a lot. I'd assume they're going to try to run the ball a lot this first drive to see how Graves' D-line is going to fare against our O-line and stopping Michael Johnson's run attack. But it'll definitely be interesting to see. And a pass play, I was incorrect. Wyatt scrambling out of the pocket, breaks a sack, breaks another tackle, and he is going to go.
Looking sideline, going up.
And a good gain by Wyatt Burnett on the first play. Very solid run by Wyatt Burnett.
Shedding 2 tackles and almost shed 3, but he was out of bounds.
You know, I think it's very ironic that Wyatt's first play with a run, walking at number 8. That's the number Lamar Jackson. Very prolific runner as a quarterback as well. So It's a very didn't expect him to pass the ball first play of the game, but was a pass play to White. Used his legs to be able to get out of there and gain some pretty good yardage. 7 yards. 2nd and 3 here now for the Fighting Tigers.
Brett County with 3 receivers.
Oh,
Fumble.
bad snap.
I believe Graves County came up with it.
That was recovered, I think, by Graves County, I believe. And it was recovered by Graves County.
It's very unfortunate. I feel like we were going to have a good drive there.
Definitely a good first play there by White Burnett, but just a very, very low snap. White couldn't corral it, and it ended up being a fumble recovered by Graves County. Graves looking to make something happen now. It'll be interesting to see how they start off their opening drive. Obviously starting off in very good field position. The fumble by the Fighting Tigers.
Graves County with 4 receivers here.
Run play as they throw the flag. Chop block called against Graves County. So definitely be interesting to see how Graves approaches this game.
Caden Gregory, the quarterback, is only a sophomore.
It's very interesting.
Screen pass.
That definitely wasn't a great pass by Gregory there. Definitely offline from the screen. Looked like the screen looked like it was going to work pretty well. I mean, they had a lot of space, a lot of blockers in front of them. But is it complete as it is 2nd and 23? And looking at this, Graves County doesn't have a lot of very, big players just looking at their roster. They don't really have a lot of, they have a lot of guys about 6 foot around that range. They don't really have anybody that's very, insanely tall, very big.
Also have a very young team.
They do.
A lot of sophomores.
And I think that's definitely a byproduct of how good that Graves has been the past couple of years. They've had a lot of seniors, upperclassmen for sure. But yeah, like you said, there's you see a ton of sophomore and freshman play. Just looking at their roster, sophomore and freshmen, tons of them. You see very, very few seniors. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 seniors, I believe, which for a team that's like caliber of Graves County, usually they're having a very deep senior class. Gregory's going to roll out, and he's going to slide and get down.
In high school football, you don't really see that often.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure at Graves County they're probably taught to do that, They're a very high-level school. A lot of quarterbacks at this level. I mean, when you look at, high-level football teams that are, in places other than Kentucky, they're just, sliding. But, teams in this area, they're just taking the hits, and they're just trying to get as many yards as possible. Looks like Graves is going to go for it on 4th and 11 here. Ball on the Breckenridge County 29, looking to make something happen on 4th and 11.
Last play, Stefan got through, but couldn't quite get to Gregory. A rush from Parker Davis. Good pass from Gregory.
Good pass by Gregory indeed. And I like that show of respect there by Gregory to Parker Davis. Parker helped him up, and Gregory gave him a pat on the back, appreciating a very good pass rush there. But Gregory, a very talented player, made the play, and that's a first down for the Eagles of Graves County.
Cade Goatley with the reception there. And he is one of the few seniors that this team has. Graves lining up with 2 receivers.
Run play there, and that's going to be a touchdown for number 5, Cole Katzman. The 5'8", 175-pound junior puts it in for Graves County for their first touchdown of the game with 8:47 to go in the first quarter. Make it 6-0 for Graves County. Looking to knock down the extra point for 7-0 lead.
Graves County actually kicking the ball.
And that is good.
We don't really see that often here either.
No, you do not. Looking at Graves County's roster, a lot of their seniors are part of the receiving corps. So looking at it, like you said, Cade Goatley is a senior. Brian Easley is a tight end senior. T.J. Smith, running back, and then you have senior Kendall Lawrence, tight end. So a lot of their seniors are part of their receiving corps. It's definitely a good thing.
Again, we have Ladarian and Michael Johnson in the backfield.
But I think Breckenridge County was only one play. I think Wyatt looked very good with his legs. First play, definitely like we said, there was a low snap that caused a fumble and allowed Grace County to get in right field position to convert a 4th and 11 and get a touchdown. But Breckenridge County can just play well, convert an offense at least, not put them in a very good field positioning. This game could maybe be a close one. It's going to be caught by, muffed by Ladarian. Ladarian's going to pick it up. He's going to go, looking to make something happen, and he is tackled behind the 10-yard line. Definitely not great field positioning for the Fighting Tigers, but we'll see what Coach Brent Huddle has drawn up on the second drive.
Grace County seems to have a really good kicker.
Yes, for sure.
Hit the field goal and also kicked it back towards the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the kicker, like, they had the ball at the 29, R29, and they went for the 4th and 11. That's something a lot of teams do at this level. It's interesting to see if any teams will opt to kick a field goal at that range. That would be a 44-yard field goal from the 29. So it would be interesting to see Wyatt pass rolling out. It's a little high, and it's going to be no good. But it's interesting to see if teams, like I think I've seen Owensboro kick field goals from like that far. They obviously have like very good kickers compared to all the teams in the rest of the district and the region. But it's very interesting to see how far coaches want to let their kicker kick the field goal. 2nd and 10 now from the 10.
Parker Davis was open, just a little bit overthrown there. Wide throwing on the run, getting rushed. Breck County with 4 receivers. Michael Johnson in the backfield.
Little flip play here. I think that is that Ladarian?
That was. I think he was tackled in the backfield for a gain or a loss of 5,
Definitely
I believe.
Lost, and he got very good hard hit. This is going to be 3rd and 14 for Fighting Tigers with about 8 to go in the first quarter. See what Coach Brent Huddle has drawn up here.
Look, 3 receivers now.
Wyatt looking to make a throw deep. That's a decent pass, and it is off the fingers of a Graves County defensive back, but also off the hands of Parker Davis. That's going to lead to a punt. And that will be Wyatt Burnett staying on the field to punt, as he also, of course, has the quarterback duties for tonight. Very rarely do you see that in high school football. The quarterback's also the punter. It's very interesting to see, but Breckenridge County is definitely doing it tonight. See what Wyatt can do. Maybe try to not give them the best field position. Maybe get it to around midfield. Give Breckenridge County a chance to hold them to a field goal or maybe even stop them. See what Wyatt could do. And not the greatest punt, but it actually takes a pretty decent roll. But number 5 for Graves County, Cole Katzman, who got a touchdown rushing.
Honestly, yeah, I think the referee sees it now. The ball kind of hit off of Parker's helmet.
I saw that.
I don't know if they're calling that. I don't know if that would count necessarily. I
guess so, and I think that will make it 14-0 on Cole Katzman. kick return. I don't know what the call on that was. I guess the penalty was going to be on Breckenridge County. I'm sure they declined it since they got the punt return touchdown.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
And that's going to be another extra point, and that's going to be good for number 46 is who that appears to be, but they don't have number 46 on a roster, so I'm not quite sure who that is. I'm assuming it's going to be Connor Thomas, who they have on the roster as the place kicker, so I'm assuming that's going to be him.
What number is it?
46.
46. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe they have the 46 on the roster.
Jersey chains.
Yeah, but they have Connor Thomas on this roster here as the place kicker, so I'm assuming it was him. Nicole Katzman already has 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, and 1 as a punt return. Definitely having a great game so far. Doing it all by himself here. And Breckenridge County is down 14-0, 7:09 to go in the first quarter. Interesting to see that I don't think Michael Johnson has gotten one handoff yet. If he has, he only gotten 1. So very interesting that Coach Hoddle has opted for a more passing approach against a team like Graves.
Actually, I believe the shot caller for Breckenridge County is Jeremy Bennett.
Oh, okay.
In the booth.
So it's very interesting. You'd think against a team that was like Graves, you would try to attempt to get the run game going first. Obviously, it'd be harder said than done with the guys, the athletes that teams like Graves have. So it'll definitely be interesting. You're always going to try to run the ball, and if that's not working, you're getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage, you go to the passing game. But Jimmy Bennett has opted for the opposite, I suppose.
Of course, they see film when we just see what's happening on the field, so
of course,
you can always see something that we don't see.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's of course, like you said, he's the coordinator. We're just a few lowly commentators, so sure he knows more than we do about what he saw studying film on this Graves defense. We saw that Wyatt could attack him in many different ways.
On one side, maybe a screen play.
Wyatt going to roll out, gonna make a play. Nice pass by Wyatt, nice pass, but I think that was Jacob Henning who got hit on the play. It was a solid throw by Wyatt, but Henning couldn't corral it as he was rocked. Didn't mean to catch it. But it looks like the O-line on the pass plays, at least, isn't doing too bad.
Actually holding up pretty solid.
That allowed Wyatt to make a solid rollout.
I'm not going to say that. I thought we had a young core, but I cannot tell.
I think we maybe do have a couple young O-linemen.
I know for sure our center, I think, is Hunter Davis, a sophomore.
Wyatt looking to scramble.
Is also tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2, probably. Loss of 1.
Plays like that usually, when it's a team like Graves, who's some very good athletes, don't work that well, unless you can just O-line can just get a big hole for Wyatt. He can just bust out a big run, but other than that, usually not that effective.
Graves County is about, I think, a 3.5-hour drive, 3-hour drive.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty far. Screen pass caught by Michael Johnson. Michael looking to cut upfield, make something happen.
Brought down at the 20.
A 4th and 5.
Punt team going out.
Wyatt looking to make a solid punt once again. The punt didn't come off his foot very well, the first punt, but it ended up taking a decent bounce for him. It's a much better punt. Fielded by number 5, Cole Katzman again, but Katzman is taken down with a great tackle that time by number 7, Parker Davis.
Parker Davis is actually the quarterback to begin our season. Also a very versatile player.
For sure. I think he is among the top of the team leading in tackles. He used to start at QB, leading the league in receiving, or leading the team in receiving, sorry. So he's definitely, like you said, a very versatile player. And Wyatt had a pretty solid punt. Going to put him at about the, say about the 47, maybe? 46. Screen play.
Actually looked like a double screen there. Screen to both sides. Don't know exactly what you call that, but looks like an option for the quarterback.
The Tiger 40. 2nd and 3 now.
I believe this is the second or third time I've seen that play, so maybe it'd be one of the leading plays for Graves County.
About 4:40 to go in the first quarter now for the Fighting Tigers. And that's Katzman again. Another great run. Katzman, very good game so far.
Graves County with 3 receivers.
Pass now to number 5, Cole Katzman. Katzman is taken down by Parker Davis and number 23, who is Bryce Goatley. The first down for Graves County. If they had the ball at the Breckenridge County 15-yard line. Looking to punch another touchdown to go up by 21.
Katzman seems to be a very versatile player as well. Right now he has, before this game he has 17 rush attempts.
Picked off for Breckenridge County.
I believe that was Bryce Goatley. That was Bryce Goatley. No, hold on. Can't see.
I think that was Bryce Goatley, number 23. I think you might have had it right there.
Bryce Goatley with a good catch. Was bounced off the shoulder pads, I believe, of the intended receiver, and Bryce just caught it off the shoulder pads off the bounce.
Yeah, Bryce definitely made a good play. Good coverage there. Made a hit and kind of jarred the ball loose, and great ball skills. They were to pick it off.
See
Definitely.
if Breckenridge can take that and roll onto it.
Definitely. It's
Get a good drive going.
at our own 15-yard line. A play like that gets made. White Burnett, pressure coming to him. Letty still completes the pass.
Looking probably about a gain of 5.
But definitely big credit to Bryce Goatley there. Definitely probably saved Breckenridge County getting another touchdown or a field goal there. We said at our 15-yard line, so great play by Bryce Goatley. I think that is his first interception of the season as well.
2:40 to go left in the first quarter. Second and 6 for the Tigers.
Still don't believe Michael's gotten the ball yet off of the handoff, so it'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Speaking
And
of
right
which,
on cue, and Michael's going to get
they
I think he
first
got
down.
the first down. First down of the game for the Fighting Tigers. Been calling for a Michael Johnson run, and he hits the first down. If you let Michael get out in the open field, he's definitely a very hard person to tackle, very elusive. Wyatt now. It's a snap. Will fake the handoff to Michael. Takes it for himself for about maybe 2. Second and 8 now. The Fighting Tigers. 1:25 to go in the first quarter for the Fighting Tigers. not a bad first quarter so far. They did turn the ball over there on that the opening drive, but interception by Bryce Goatley has them at around the 29 or at the 29. So if we maybe get something to happen here. Wyatt's going to roll out. We're going to make something happen here. Wyatt throws it.
While getting
It's
tackled
caught
by Parker.
Parker Davis.
For a gain of 6 or 7, it looks like.
About 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Good pass from Wyatt while being tackled, and a good catch from Parker.
Yeah, Wyatt's having to roll out on a lot of these plays. Definitely pass pressure is definitely coming in hot on the pass rush for sure.
From the looks of it,
Third
Wyatt may have gotten the play mixed up which way he was supposed to fake, but turned out to be fine.
And I thought he might have gotten more yards on that, but it only was a 2-yard gain, 3rd and 6. I think he definitely got more than 2 yards on that play, but may be mistaken. It's 3rd and 6. 10 seconds to go. Wilburton's trying to get a play off before the end of the quarter. They will. Wyatt fakes a pass, throw it up, and it's going to be incomplete with 1.4 seconds to go. And Wyatt Burnett will punt. 1.4 to go, intended for Ladarian Parker, but it was incomplete. Punt coming from Wyatt Burnett.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if I agree with this call. You don't want.
Think you would go for it here?
I'd honestly go for it on a run play to reduce the chances of any possible touchdown.
And about the Wyatt punts it to about the 39.
I'll take that back. It's first quarter, not halftime.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it being halftime. Never mind. Did not think about that. Bad judgment.
And after the end of the first quarter, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Brad Hockenberry at KW Realty. For any of your house buying needs, be sure to contact Brad Hockenberry. His phone number at 270-716-2615. Be sure to give Brad Hockenberry a call for any of your house buying needs. And Caden, what do you think of that first quarter so far for the Fighting Tigers?
I feel like after that interception, we got some things rolling, trying to figure out what's actually going to work against this Graves County defense, and I feel like the second quarter will be better than the last.
I would like to see defensively. I don't think we're playing bad defensively. We've only actually given up 1 touchdown. I mean, we got a punt return touchdown, but only 1 touchdown that wasn't special teams involved, and that was when they were put in great positioning because of the fumble. They were automatically at the 20 due to the fumble. So I think Breakfast County defense has played pretty solid so far. Another screen play. And when I say the defense has been solid so far, it comes back to bite me as number 4, Cade Goatley, is going to go all the way for a touchdown on the first play of the second quarter to make it 20-0 Graves County. Not a great start to the second half, or the second quarter, excuse me, for the Fighting Tigers.
Looks like they are going to kick again.
And another extra point is good by Connor Thomas, the senior kicker.
Looking out at the crowd, I see Quincy Ditto. Last game at Orangeboro, there was an incident where Wyatt tried to rush, was going towards the sideline, and was getting tackled out of bounds. Some call it a late hit, some don't, and knocked into Quincy and actually, I believe, broke both of his legs. So it's glad to see him out and about.
Most definitely. It's great to see Quincy out. Definitely had a quick recovery. He's in a wheelchair and a cast, but he's definitely great to see him out of the hospital already after only a week. He's looking great, and it's going to be great to see Quincy when he can able to get back on the sidelines. I've classes Quincy actually. He's definitely a joy to be around. Definitely a very funny guy. So glad to see Quincy's doing all right. Kick is caught for. Do a fair catch on that? I guess they did.
Didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah, it's very rare you see a fair catch on actually a kickoff return compared to a punt return, but Scott Smith with the fair catch.
Let's see if the offense can keep it rolling from the second quarter or first quarter.
And I'd love to see some more runs from Michael Johnson here. Looks like Wesley coming out in an empty backfield. 5 wide here. Jacob Henning going to come back. White going to air it out deep. Michael Johnson hit. And he underthrew that one. Just a tad bit of an underthrow there. That's going to be intercepted.
I also believe Michael Johnson probably had a bad read on that in midair. Didn't see it in time to come back and try to make a catch.
I think it was number. Do you see who intercepted that?
I did not.
I'm not quite sure who intercepted that for Graves County, but I do know it was an interception. I think Michael did have his. He had his guy beat there for sure, but it's definitely a lot of high school quarterbacks. It's going to be a hard throw for a lot of them to make that throw. To not only hit Michael open, but hit him in stride. Because if Michael does get hit in stride there, it's most likely a touchdown, but it's definitely a difficult throw to make, to throw it from where the 30 to about where Michael was to the other side of the 50-yard line on the run. 21-0, 11:31 to go.
I think he tried to throw it, around 50 yards where Michael was, but threw it about 40.
Yeah. And I think this is why his first time playing quarterback as well. He's played in the first few games, played pretty solid. I mean, I think they put up 30 points on Anderson County. That's the most we've had all season. So definitely for somebody who's never played quarterback a day in their life, very solid season so far for White Burnett for sure. That's going to be a big run.
Tackle made by Ladarian.
By I think it was Braden Woodward. Or actually, it was Caden Goodwin. Number 10, Caden Goodwin, actually. Pardon me.
Darian made the tackle in the open field.
About 11 minutes to go in this first half. 21-0 in favor of Graves County.
If I'm seeing this right, I believe Wyatt is actually out, and
Goodwin again.
Jackson Lee, new face for this Brett County defense, I believe is giving Wyatt a break. Wyatt seems to be on the sideline by maybe pulled something on a run. But good to see a new player out, Jackson Lee. Could potentially be a big player for this Brett County defense.
Has Jackson been in any on offense? Have you seen him out any in their offense?
I have not.
I also haven't. Interesting to see what Coach Otto wants to do with him on the offensive side of the ball. I think he'd definitely be very well utilized. Maybe put him out there at tight end. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing that out there for the Fighting Tigers.
Maybe a slot receiver. Never know.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure how fast Jackson is.
I know. Yeah, he is. He's pretty fast. About 6'2", 6'3", pretty fast.
He's pretty big, yeah. And that is a laser of a pass to number 18, Kendall Lawrence, the senior.
Speaking of him, I think Jackson got beat right there.
And that's going to be a touchdown as they broke the coverage of Breckenridge County. Going to make it 27-0.
This is Jackson's actually first game of the season. Joined a little bit late. He did transfer from Davis County. It is now 28-0 with 9 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the second quarter.
$9:33 to go in the first half. Breckinridge County looking to get on the board here against a very, very good Graves County team.
I can't tell if this is a new look for the special teams.
Maybe.
3 in the backfield.
It's going to be fielded by Ladarian Parker. Ladarian gets it to about the 20. First and 10 for their own 20 for the Fighting Tigers. They're going to get on the board here, making a drive down the field. I think the Tigers' best chance of scoring, we'll probably try to force some turnovers, but that's definitely going to be easier said than done against a team that's as well coached and as talented as Graves County. And in Graves County's last game, they won decisively 33-0 as Wyatt gets a pass to Michael out in the backfield. Michael stiff arms his own teammate, but gets almost enough to get the first down.
A little bit of miscommunication there, I believe.
But, yeah, Graves in their last game beat Grace County 33-0. And our last game, we fell to Owensboro by a score of 58-8. But we did get on the board, which, I mean, it's an accomplishment in itself against the team as Owensboro. They have very, very talented athletes just about every year. Always a contender for, definitely a contender for state a lot of the years. I think last year, they definitely would have been in contention for it, or if they would have had Gavin Wimstad, who enrolled early at Rutgers. It's going to be a run to, I think that's Liam Clark.
Looks to be a, I don't know.
Getting a little chippy out there. .805 to go in the second quarter for the Fighting Tigers. 3rd and 4. I like to see something similar maybe to the play that we just saw. Maybe it's something in the backfield of Michael Johnson. Let him use his legs. Get some blocks out in the open field and maybe allow him to get the first down. He's in the backfield now. White Burnett's looking to maybe, he's going to hit Parker Davis. Good tackle. He definitely did not get the first down, actually. And I think Wyatt is going to punt again. See, it looks like they're getting a few yards at least on some of these plays whenever they're like, there was a loss of one. Looked like he gained maybe at least 2 or 3, you'd think, just from the angle we're at, but that's just not the case. Like on the one play to Parker earlier in a pass drive, looked like he got at least 6 or 7 yards, until he got 2 or 3. So, actually lost a yard on that play. So, White off looking to punt once again. So it is muffed. Not a great punt, but it's going to be around the, say, about the 46. 47. Graves will take over with about 6:51 to go in this first half. 28-0 in favor of Graves County.
Wyatt again not in at. Oh, yep. Wyatt again not in at linebacker. Trying something new. Maybe giving him a little break. Graves County with 4 receivers.
Graves now. And another great run by number 5, Cole Katzman, who's had a very great game so far. That is, he's already has a rushing touchdown and a punt return touchdown. Looking to add to his touchdown total as he will be in the backfield once again with Caden Gregory. $6:15 to go as Gregory is going to hit number 13 as he gets rocked on the play. Gavin Newsom, the sophomore. A flag on the play. I don't know what the flag might have been. I know the flag was thrown on the hit. Legal block on the back. It's Graves County. Definitely works in the favor of Breckenridge County. 6:03 to go. It's going to put Graves County back a few yards. It's going to be second down and he's going to keep it 2nd and 10. Gregory, screen play, tipped. A little high by Gregory.
Third and 11. Graves County looking to make something happen here. Graves County with 3 receivers. Good defensive play from the Tigers. Christian Church with the tackle.
4th and 11. The last time they had a 4th down. Get a big conversion that led to a touchdown. Let's see if Breckenridge County can not allow that to happen this time. Assuming Breckenridge County, you can see the pressure at Gregory. They did not get the first down.
I was really looking forward to seeing if they kick from that far.
Yeah, that would be about a 40-yard field goal. The way their kicker's been kicking, it looks like they have a pretty solid kicker. Very interesting to see what range the coach. Obviously, the coach knows what range that their kicker's going to be comfortable at. So the coach, obviously, if the coach thought he could kick the 40-yarder, I think they would have let him kick it. And his coach was feeling aggressive, thought the Breckenridge County defense couldn't stop him. Wanted to go for it, but that was not the case. Actually, this is now 4th down. So now they're going to kick they will kick the 40-yarder. And it was
good.
It was good.
It looked like
it was good, but I think they had a flag. A false start. So we're going to put them back 5 yards.
If I was the Tigers, I'd put someone in the back way in the back, looking to receive it, see if they can make something happen there.
So then now they're going to go for a 45-yard field goal. They didn't kick the 40. What was it? The 40? I think it was like a 49-yard field. Or I think they had a 44-yard field goal early. They didn't kick it. They're going to go for a 45-yarder, and the 45-yarder is money. Great kick by the kicker, Connor Thomas.
Wow.
Only 42 yards, but still a great kick. A lot of kickers are going to kick field goals that deep. At this level, and a lot of coaches are going to have the confidence in their kicker to send him out there for a kick that deep. But the Graves County coach, Nick Kemp, had a lot of faith in Connor Thomas, and he puts it through. 31-0. 4:45 to go, or 4:55, excuse me, to go in this first half. Breckenridge County down 31, looking to put something on the board before halftime.
Michael Johnson and Ladarian looking to receive.
Great kick by Connor Thomas. Caught by Michael Johnson. Michael going to cut through. They'll make something happen. Get up to about the 31. .447 to go now.
The Tigers now with 4 receivers and Michael Johnson in the backfield. Play action,
Pass
play to Ladarian.
Ladarian stays on his feet.
Still
Ladarian
going.
still going. Breaks a couple tackles for Ladarian and puts us past midfield. Ladarian Parker.
When Ladarian gets going, I've heard by teammates in practice, he lowers that shoulder. He can hit you just as hard.
Ladarian definitely great football player. Definitely a great athlete to be able to break a lot of those tackles. About 4 minutes to go in this first half. Wyatt. Michael behind him. So Michael's going to run right out of the backfield again. Michael will get the pass from Wyatt, but it will be a loss. Michael looks like he loses his helmet there. Michael's going to come off the field. I think that's Jackson Lee going to come on the field on offense.
Yeah, I believe if you lose a helmet on a play, you have to come off. I believe that's a rule.
Yeah. Looks like Wyatt might have a little bit of a limp.
Like I said earlier, he came off during defense and maybe had to roll something out. Maybe had a cramp. Maybe pulled something.
Liam Clark in at running back.
Jackson in at wide receiver.
Wyatt's going to roll out. Pass to Ladarian.
I believe he gained the first down. That is close. Like, definitely 4th and inches or 3rd and inches. Oh, hold on.
I think just get back to the line of scrimmage
My
where
bad.
he gets a.
Oh, forgot we got tackled in the backfield.
It's all good. 3rd and 10 now. About 2 minutes to go.
It's a lot of orange going on.
Yeah. It's a little confusing.
Just a little bit.
It's all good, though. Jackson Lee in motion. I thought it was a 2 minute. Is there not a 2 minute warning in high school? May not be. I don't know. I thought that's what it was. But it was a timeout for Breckenridge County. So 31 nothing with a minute 57 to go. Brent Hoddle calls timeout. His first timeout of the half.
Just under 2 minutes to go. Tigers down 31 to nothing. 3rd and 10, actually. Michael Johnson back on the field.
3rd and 10 now for the Fighting Tigers. Looking to some pass. Oh.
Pass through the hands of Jacob Henning.
Definitely catching the ball there. Yeah, I definitely would go for it here if I was Coach Hoddle. Before halftime, as close as we've gotten. First time we've gotten past midfield all game. Definitely got to go for this here. Already down by 31 in the first half. That's one of those risks, in my opinion, as a coach, you got to take. 1:50 to go, 31 nothing. See what Coach Hoddle has cooked up here for his boys. White Burnett. Nice pass caught by Ladarian Parker. That's going to be a first down. Breckenridge County. Definitely the favorite target that it seems. Ladarian Parker. Definitely have a good connection with each other. Minute 40 to go in the first half. Coach Hoddle needs to be definitely would be field goal range for Graves County with the kickers that they have for sure. But I don't think we're as fortunate in the kicking department. Burnett going to roll out again.
Looking for Ladarian's too, it seems like.
Go deep.
White throws it away.
Good decision.
White actually hasn't done that much. I think still learning a little bit.
Yeah, definitely good there to do so.
I've talked to him personally. He says that's one thing he has to get better at, throwing the ball away.
Yeah, when you don't play very much quarterback, this is the first time you're playing quarterback, you got to get used to that stuff. When you're playing quarterback since you were a young kid, you're gonna know those kind of things. But White's definitely doing good, in my opinion, for someone this is his first year playing quarterback. Liam Clark now on the field as the running back here. Here's Michael Johnson on the game. Liam Clark's.
Ladarian was the intended receiver there. A little bit low.
Had guys from Graves definitely all around him as well, so I'm sure he was anticipating getting hit hard there.
Minute and 10 to go left in the half. Breckenridge County looking to get their first score of the game.
3rd and 10 at the 30 for White Burnett and the Fighting Tigers. Burnett getting hit, rush. Burnett breaks the tackle right on the 50 and intended for Liam Clark. But
White does seem to have a little limp.
Yeah.
On that right leg.
He's definitely not getting the greatest protection from his offensive line. Definitely isn't helping. I think that's going to be a second timeout for Brent Hoddle. Minute 3 to go in the first half here. 31-0 in favor of Graves County.
Simon, you mentioned Lamar Jackson earlier in the game. I'm guessing you're a Louisville fan.
Yeah, I am. It's definitely tough for Louisville football these days, but I know Louisville next year has a very good recruiting class. I think it's like top 20 in the country, which really never happens for Louisville. Don't get very many recruits. I know they have. I think they have the number 1 running back in the country. As White throws a deep ball to Jackson Lee, and he is unable to come away with it.
Almost caught it over the receiver, but the ball was dropped.
Yeah, White's definitely got a limp. He's walking off the field now. But yeah, like I said, Louisville's definitely got a good recruiting class coming in. Like top 20 in the country. They got the number 1 running back in the country. The quarterback they have coming in, I think, is ranked like, I know he's top 200, but he's the quarterback of St. John Bosco in California, who's the number 1 high school team in the country. And they got like a top 5, a lot of, I think like 2 or 3 top 5 receivers. Or I know they got 1 top 5 receiver from that same school. So I think they're definitely going to be pretty good next year. I don't know how much of an impact like the freshman class is going to have for them, but
it's probably the first time I'll be able to say this, but Kentucky's ranked, what, number 8?
Number 8, yeah.
In the country? Will Levis. I actually got lucky, got to go to the Youngstown State game. Will Levis in person, man, he is a unit.
He's a very big guy.
Like, you put him out there with the with people like the receivers and the running backs, he would look like he belongs. He does not look like the average quarterback.
Yeah, I think he's probably about 6'2", 6'3", probably about 230. Definitely a big guy.
Will Levis, one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And Kentucky has a pretty good chance to go undefeated up until they meet Georgia. Georgia definitely going to be one of the tougher opponents in the SEC. So that'll be interesting.
Georgia definitely looking like, in my opinion, they look like, as now they're going to be the favorites to repeat. Their defense has been, they lost a lot of, I think, like 10 defensive players in the draft, and they're still the best defense in the country. Even after losing all those players. Their offense last year was kind of their weakness, but they put up over 40 points in every single game they played. And they haven't necessarily played elite teams so far. They did play South Carolina last week. They haven't necessarily played elite competition, but they look great, and they're currently the number 1 team in the country. A matchup I like to see in the national championship in college football would definitely be like a Georgia versus Ohio State matchup. That's the number 1 offense in the country versus number 1 defense in the country. Ohio State offensively, I love watching them. I think they have C.J. Stroud, quarterback, who's I think the favorite, who's the preseason favorite to win the Heisman. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's the number 1 wide receiver in the country. Marvin Harrison Jr., who's been playing amazing. They have a very Travion Henderson, I think is top 3 running back in the country as well. They have a very amazing offense. Just their defense is question mark. Their defense has been very good in the first 3 games they played. So it'll be interesting to see how the college football season plays out. Also, you got Alabama, who's always going to be there. They're the number 3 team in the country. So hello to Jim, Melissa, and Jessica in Auburn. And that is looks like it's going to be another rushing touchdown by number 4, Cade Goatley. I think that's his 2nd touchdown of the game as well. To make it 37-0. Extra point will make it 38-0. And the way their kicker's been kicking, looks like that might be automatic. 9.2 seconds to go, in this first half.
Cade Goatley is actually,
and that's 38-0 off the extra point.
9.2 seconds left in the half. I believe that the second we when we get the ball, probably just gonna take a take a
knee,
kneel.
just head to the half, yeah. Gonna take a kick, feel the kick here. Probably have Wyatt take a knee, go to the locker room, down 38-0, have Huddle try to get his boys inspired to maybe put some points on the board, and we'll see what happens after that. Definitely, it's been an interesting game to say the least so far in this first half. And they're going to kick it. They're just going to have a clock will just run out as it is 38-0. Halftime is upon us, so we will take a break, and we'll be back for the second half.
This is your captain speaking. I wanted to begin by welcoming you all aboard. We have checked all weather reports, and it seems that we are set for clear and sunny skies ahead. Please fasten your seatbelts and sit back and enjoy the flight. This is your captain again. Sorry about that. We did seem to hit a bit of turbulence back there. Our navigation equipment has malfunctioned, so enjoy the ocean views while we try to get back on course. Attention passengers, there's still no land anywhere in sight. It looks like we were only in the eye of the storm. More weather ahead. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare for rough skies.
And we are back with the second half of Fighting Tiger football against Graves County. Currently down 38-0. The first half we had some moments for sure, but we weren't able to get any points on the board as we kick it off to Graves County, and they are going to look to return, and the tackle was made at around the 39-yard line. TJ Swift with the return. 34-yard line, actually. So some great field positioning for Graves County to begin this second half. And like I touched on earlier, Graves County's got a much easier slate of games coming up compared to the games they've been playing earlier in the season. They got a team in Graves County that they beat last year. The Graves County team lost a lot of seniors. We lost some seniors too, but that is definitely a winnable game. We got Ohio, I believe, Muhlenberg. Did we put Muhlenberg?
Think so.
I think it's Grayson, Ohio, Muhlenberg, and Edmondson in our final 4 games, and those are all very beatable teams. So we can get past this game. This may end up being a loss on our schedule, but it could be another learning point as we go into a lot of an easier slate of games. I think last year we played the same 4 teams, the Ohio, Muhlenberg, Edmondson, and Grayson. We won all 4 of those games to finish off the season. We were winless at that point as well. So if we can try to replicate what we did last year, I think Breakfast County will be in a pretty good spot. Some good momentum going into the district championship or district tournament. So we'll see what happens. But as of now, still down 38-0 to a good Graves County team.
I think the Tigers are sticking with this new look with Wyatt off of defense. I don't know if it's because he's hurting a little bit or if it's just a new look.
Probably. And when you get somebody like Jackson, you can just plug in there, and they're both very similar in like stature and frame. They're both pretty tall. They're pretty big guys, so you can both get in there and do similar things.
Actually, I think Michael Johnson is coming in now.
He is. I think Jackson just came out. With him and White are both out of the game now. Caden Gregory with the pass. They love to throw those little short passes, try to get their guys out in open field to make a play and get some big yardage, and it's worked many times. It's Braden Woodward there. That's going to give them a first down. But the Tiger 4. 2nd and 2 for Graves County. Interesting to see how the Breckman County offense comes out following the half. It's going to be a run play. Did not get into the end zone. I think he got the first down, though. Maybe not. Definitely close. 3rd and. Did he not gain any on that play? I'm not sure. They haven't updated the scoreboard. It was a first down. So 1st and goal here. 1st and goal. And hand off once again. And that is going to be a touchdown on the handoff. Number 15, TJ Smith, the senior, 6 foot, 200 pounds, also plays linebacker. It's going to make it 44-0 with Connor Thomas looking to make it a 45-0 ball game. If there's one person I'm impressed with from Graves County, definitely their kicker. It's rare to see a kicker, a team this level, they usually let it go for a lot of 2-point conversions, but Graves County have done PATs every time. Another PAT they just made, I think he had made like 4 or 5 of these. They made a deep 42-yard field goal as well. So I'm very impressed with the play of the kicker, Connor Thomas from Graves County. At times, professional kickers, even in the NFL, can struggle to make a 42-yard field goal. So it's very impressive for a high school player to be able to do that.
Breck County looking to get something rolling as there is a running clock here in the second half. Michael Johnson and Ladarian in the back to receive the kickoff. The kicker likes to kick it to the left side of the field, and he does that again, out of bounds.
Kick out of bounds, I think it's a flag. Should give us pretty good field positioning to start off the kick out of bounds. Pretty good field positioning at the 35-yard line for the Fighting Tigers as they look to get on the board.
Pitch to Michael Johnson.
Michael looking to break a couple tackles, but he is stopped. I don't know if he gained. Might have gained.
I think he lost 2 there or something.
Yeah.
Six minutes left in this third quarter. Tigers looking to make something happen. Maybe get their first score on the board.
Michael break a few tackles.
His helmet came off again. I saw when he took a hit, his helmet kind of popped off a little bit, and he
Still running as well with the helmet off.
He had one hand holding on his head, make sure his helmet didn't fall off. That would be a very, very bad incident if a helmet would have come off in the middle of a play as he was getting tackled.
Definitely would not be very good if that was to happen. Good thing that did not happen as it is 3rd and 8 with about 5 minutes to go in the second half or the third quarter. Play action pass to Ladarian Parker, but he did have some open space on the little slant route. He was able to corral it in. Huddle be about going for it here, I think. I'd try to run something similar to that again. Maybe either do that, have a play like that, and then have and Michael Johnson coming out of the backfield as well as like a safety valve. Ladarian is guarded.
It'll be interesting if they try to go for another long pass like they did to Michael Johnson when he got.
On that 1-4 down as well, when they were on the Graves County territory, they threw a deep one to the end zone to Jackson Lee. Jackson Lee almost caught that over a defender, but it ended up being incomplete. And like our PA announcer, Jonathan Bennett said, or not Jonathan Bennett, John Kennedy said, put a shout out to Jeremy and Jonathan Bennett. Very birthday today. So very happy birthdays to them, and we wish them the best. Just turned 22, I believe.
Good one, Simon. Good one.
I think they'll appreciate that one. 4th and 8 now with about 4:21 to go. White's trying to evade the pressure, and he is sacked. Wasn't able to get him down, but was ruled as a sack, and that is going to be a turnover on downs for the Breckenridge County offense. See, Breckenridge County can maybe make a stop here. This is almost already field goal range for the kicker. This is the ball of 28. This is field goal range already for the kicker for Graves County. I'm sure they do not want to settle for a field goal here. At what point do you think they'll put in the backups for Graves? I don't think that's the backup. Is that the backup quarterback? I can't tell.
It is number one.
Number 1, and he's looking to complete a pass. It's number 1, Connor Hodgson, the 5'11" freshman. Complete to Braden Woodward. So looking to get some reps in for the freshman.
Looking on the field, it looks like they do have a few
Backups in.
backups in.
I know Braden Woodward was a starter. So I know they don't have all of them. I think they have a backup running back in as well. Nice throw there. And that's going to be number 3, Jace Hands. He gets it down to about the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Eagles of Graves County, looking to punch in another touchdown here.
About 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. A run play.
It's number 21. It's going to be Aiden Pate, the freshman. It's going to be a touchdown, Graves County. 51-0. Looking to make it 52-0. And another extra point will be attempted here for Connor Thomas as the clock still runs. And that is up, and it is good to make it 52-0 in favor of Graves County.
Just under 1:45 to go left in the third quarter. What do you think the focal point of this offense will be in this this next drive, Simon?
I'd probably try to. They're probably going to try to just keep up the air attack, but I was hoping to see some more runs from Michael Johnson. I think Michael's only ran the ball about 2 or 3 times this whole game. When he has ran the ball, he's done pretty good. I know he broke out that big run for a first down in the first half. So I think you're probably going to lean on the passing attack more because they're already down 52-0. Might as well just air the ball out at that point. So I'm sure they're probably going to pass the ball. I don't know if they're going to keep Wyatt in. Maybe put Parker back in at QB. I don't know what they're going to do. It'll be interesting to see, most definitely, but we will have to see what the Tigers plan on doing. About 25 seconds left. I think they might just let the clock run out for this quarter. Ten seconds to go.
Yeah, I believe they already
Let
switched
the clock
sides.
run out.
I believe they already switched sides for that. And they did. The refs had them switch sides so they didn't have to do it after the clock. Jackson Lee and Ladarian in the backfield to return.
And that's going to be fielded by Jackson Lee. He can break up a big kick return here by Jackson. And got down to the 30. Clock's still running. $52-0. Can Breckenridge County get on the board? They were able to get on the board last weekend, as I said earlier, against a great Owensboro team. So see if they can get on the board here. QB, it looks like they still have Wyatt in at quarterback. So let's see what they can see what Jimmy Bennett draws up here for his offense. See what he can do here. Liam Clark in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Liam Clark.
Still going.
Still going. Liam trying to get to the outside.
Still going.
Still going now. I find it interesting that now the Tigers were looking to run the ball. 52-0 at this point. You think now at this point they'd just be looking to pass the ball, get it down the field, maybe get in the end zone, but they're opting for a – well, they ran the ball one time, but 6-yard run. Great run by Liam Clark. Is Michael Johnson – I don't think Michael's on the field.
Might. I can't tell if he's over there or not.
He may be, but he
One of the
isn't on
trainers.
the field right now.
I think
Liam Clark in at running back.
Liam made what would have been, I think, a loss for a few yards into a gain.
Play action pass. Caught by Ladarian Parker. It's going to be a first down for Breckenridge County. First down, Breckenridge County on the pass to Ladarian Parker with 9:25 to go in this quarter.
A toss to Liam Clark, trying to make something happen again.
Liam cutting it back inside. Good move by Liam. But I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he maybe gained one. 1 yard gain for Liam Clark on the first down run. 9 minutes to go. 52-0 in favor of Graves County. Tigers going to put one on the board. Well, I see Michael Johnson. He's walking off the field. So I think his night may be done for the Fighting Tigers. Doesn't have his helmet on either, so I think his night may be done.
I forgot about to add. We have Quentin Reinhardt is still out with the concussion he faced.
White just has to throw it, and that will be incomplete to the picked off. Yeah, I think Michael's going to head to the locker room or to the utility building. I'm not sure, but his night is definitely over. Had a pretty solid game tonight. Some pretty good rushes. So we hope all is well with Michael. Hopefully he's not injured or anything of that nature. 7:50 to go in this game. 3rd and 9. White Burnett takes the snap now. That's a pretty good pass to Parker Davis, but it is incomplete.
I think Parker may have lost the view of the ball at first.
Yeah. The Tigers are going to go for it. Seven minutes to go here in this quarter. Final quarter of the game. That's a pretty good pass by White. That was kind of it was a laser of a pass to Parker there. White's going to roll out, looking to throw it deep.
He's
Gives
open.
a shot.
Over.
And it's going to be an overthrow by White Burnett.
I'm not sure if he did or not, but it looks like Parker kind of
He's trying to stop running. I think maybe if he would have kept running on that play, he might have been able to hit him in stride there. Maybe ready to get a big gain for the Fighting Tigers, but it's not the case. 6:30 to go. 52-0. I'm sure Graves at this point is just going to put the ball on the ground. Try to waste some clock here. Six minutes to go for the Fighting Tigers. Still got the backups in. Run play is stuffed by Christian Church. Jaden Barnett, the junior running back, has his run stuffed by Christian Church.
I will
Second
say
and
one
14.
thing. Breck County has a new weight room and a new strength and conditioning coach. So maybe in a couple years, several years, look to have a lot. Not saying the squad isn't tough, but a lot stronger,
Yeah, I get
weightlifting
what you're
wise.
saying for sure. I know it's quite evident. Like, remember last year, like whenever we played Grayson County in basketball, a lot of their players like were very like muscular compared to some of our like players we had. Because you can tell a lot of those schools have like a requirement to where if you do play sports, you have to take a weightlifting class to get your
That's
strength
what
up and stuff like that. So
That's what they added this year. If you play a varsity sport, I'm pretty sure you are you already enrolled in the class before school started.
definitely, I think it's definitely a good thing for our team.
Before we had a weight room probably smaller than definitely smaller than most of the classrooms in the building, probably about half the size.
Yeah,
It was a very small weight
another
room.
good stop of the run there. Might force a quick 3 and out there for the Fighting Tigers. I'm not sure if Graves County will look to punt. I think that was fourth. I think that was third down, if I'm correct. Yeah, but that was third down, so they're gonna.
It's actually third down now.
I thought that was fourth down, but I may be incorrect.
Well, hold on. It's fourth down.
Fourth down, yeah, that's what I thought. We're gonna hand the ball off again on fourth down, and they are going to get it. About 3:45 to go now in the fourth quarter.
Graves County looking to end the game on a touchdown.
Going to just run the clock out now is Graves County. Just run the ball, hand the ball off, and just get out of here.
From the looks of it, it looked like 70 was holding. Not seen.
I don't think the refs want to do anything that could even just stop the clock for a second at this point. They just want to get their money and head home, and I'm not quite sure I necessarily blame them on that one.
From this view, it looked like a pretty heavy hold, grabbing him by the collar, grabbing his jersey. I believe they're going to run it again.
Another run for Graves County, and
Just short of the line of scrimmage. That'll make it probably 3rd and 11.
last time it was about 3rd and 11 and they went for it, or 4th and 11 and they went for it on 4th down. They got it, so I think they're just looking to keep the ball in their hands instead of the Breckenridge County's hands, so they can just end this game themselves.
Think they get 4th down? You think they're going to kick it again? See what the kicker can really do.
Maybe, if they, I don't know. I feel like they may have some sportsmanship. Don't want to run up the score, and I mean, he stayed on his feet after he slung, but he stayed on his feet, but he's tackled. He was slung by Christian Church, but he didn't tackle him. But Jackson Lee is going to make the tackle. About 1:30 left to go in the fourth quarter of this game. 4th and 11. So Graves County looking, I'm sure they're looking to hand the ball off again. They're going to pass the ball here. And it is incomplete. It's going to stop the clock. But actually it will keep the clock going because it's running clock. Got a minute to go now in the game. 1 minute left. The clock rolls. I'm not sure if they will even kick it off. They just may as well let the clock roll. 50 seconds now. Don't think they're even going to attempt a kick here with the clock roll.
We're kind of looking to do one more play here before the game's over.
Breckenridge County in the huddle. 30 seconds to go now. Oh, they're going to kick. Turnover on downs. Breckenridge County, White Burnett's going to roll out. Looking to make a play. Might throw deep here. White Burnett's going to chuck it to Jacob Henning, I believe.
That will be the game.
That will be the final play of the game for the Fighting Tigers as they fall 52-0 to Graves County in a definitely a hard-fought game by both sides. Baker County ultimately falls, but a valiant effort for sure.
Say next week will be next week starts the definitely the easier part of the schedule, not as strongly suited opponents.
We get Grayson next week, and that'll be away, so Red Cloud won't be covering that game. I'm not quite sure who they play after that. I know it's either Ohio, Evanston, and Muhlenberg, but I'm not sure. But that will be at home here, I believe. So we will definitely have the coverage of that game if you want to tune in about 2 weeks from now. But that will make the Fighting Tigers. That makes us 0-6 on the season. But as we said, we're looking to get some of those wins back as we have the easier part of our schedule coming up. We will see you next time. This is Breck Live. Caden Coombs, Simon Drain signing out.